Fire. Sam Heughan furiously claims Caitriona Balfe has crossed the line. Hollywood has never been quiet. Ever since Outlander star Sam Heughan officially announced his relationship with Dakota Johnson, the media and fans have been following their every move. But what surprised the public the most was not the newly blossoming romance, but the fact that Caitriona Balfe, Sam's longtime co-star and former best friend, appeared to be deeply interfering in their relationship. From just polite congratulations, Caitriona began to make comments, advice, and even public warnings about Dakota. At first, everyone thought it was just the concern of an old friend, but as time went on, the line between concern and interference became increasingly blurred. Sam, who is usually reserved and rarely shows negative emotions to the press, finally had to explode. In an interview in Los Angeles, he suddenly declared, "I think Caitriona has crossed the line. I respect our long-standing friendship and professional relationship, but Dakota and I are in a relationship. No one has the right to interfere, not even her." That statement was like a bombshell in the media and fandom. Initial interventions. The story began months ago, when rumors of Sam and Dakota dating had just begun to appear. Caitriona Balfe, who was busy with her own projects, once said in an interview, "I'm not sure Dakota is really right for Sam. He's an introvert, and she's a little different. I just hope he's happy." At that time, the audience still found it cute. A close friend, a colleague worried about Sam, "There's nothing wrong with that." But then, things gradually got out of control. Caitriona began appearing in articles, podcasts, and talk shows, constantly asked about Sam and Dakota. She was not afraid to share her feelings, sometimes mixed with skepticism. Sentences like, "Sam is a great guy. I don't know if Dakota really knows him. I'm worried that the Hollywood spotlight might change Sam," quickly became sensational headlines in the newspapers. Dakota Johnson reacts. Dakota is not the type to be noisy. But as Caitriona's interference increased, she began to feel uncomfortable. In an interview with Vogue, Dakota smiled, but her tone was full of ambiguity. "I think everyone has the right to keep their distance when it comes to talking about other people's private matters. Sam and I know what we're doing. And I don't need anyone else to define our love." Behind that calm smile was a clear warning. Dakota is used to being scrutinized in Hollywood, but she can't stand it when someone who used to be her boyfriend's best friend keeps speaking up. Sam is in a difficult position. One side is her lover, the other side is her old friend, and neither of them wants to give in. The last straw. Everything broke out at an event promoting Sam's new film. When the press asked about his relationship with Dakota, he tried to answer simply, but Caitriona, who was also at the event, interrupted with a meaningful statement. "I think Sam needs to think carefully. Love is not just about the red carpet, it's about lasting. I hope Dakota understands that." The whole room fell silent for a few seconds. Sam's smile disappeared. Dakota, who was sitting in the front row, frowned slightly. The next day, newspapers published the following headline: "Sam Heughan, Dakota Johnson relationship is broken because of Caitriona Balfe's interference." That's when Sam decided not to keep quiet anymore. In a private press conference right after that, he made a shocking statement. "Caitriona Balfe has crossed the line." Public reaction. The online community was clearly divided into two factions. One faction supported Sam and Dakota, saying that love is a private matter, Caitriona has no right to interfere. The other faction sided with Caitriona, saying that she just wanted to protect a friend who had been with her for more than 10 years on screen and in real life. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook exploded with hashtags, #Team Sam Dakota, #Team Caitriona. #OutlanderDrama. Some loyal fans of Outlander even expressed their disappointment. They used to be the most beautiful on-screen couple, now they are openly confronting each other in real life. Private conversation. In the darkness of the media noise, Sam and Caitriona had a private meeting at a familiar cafe in Glasgow. No cameras, no press, just two people who used to see each other as soulmates. Sam looked straight into Caitriona's eyes, his voice lowered. "Why did you do that? You know I love Dakota. I don't need anyone to decide for me." Caitriona bit her lip, her eyes flashing with anger and pain. "I just want you to be happy. Don't you see? Dakota is not the one for you. I've been with you for so many years, I know what you need." The words were like a knife to Sam's mind. He sighed, trying to keep his composure. "But you're not my lover. You're my friend, and that line you have to respect." After settling, both of them fell silent. There was a distance between them that might never be filled again. Part 7. Dakota stands behind the one she loves. Dakota understood that Sam was in the middle of the storm. Instead of being the champion, she chose to support. In a live television interview, when asked about work, Dakota calmly said, "Sam is the person I love. I trust him to know what is good for him. Love is not something someone on the outside can put a price on. And I will always be here, no matter who tries to complete us." The affirmation is an invisible hug, helping Sam regain strength. The public began to see Dakota with different eyes, not only as a Hollywood star but also as a woman standing upright in the face of storms. The avoidance incident. Since the statement going too far, Sam and Caitriona rarely appeared together. The promotional projects for Outlander have become more diluted. Fans noticed the avoiding eyes, the forced smiles between the two people who used to be closely attached. Caitriona also gradually approached Sam in interviews. But sometimes, between the lines, people still saw a regret, an unnamed loss. Sam will choose to be silent. He does not want to dig deeper into the wound. On his shore is now Dakota, the person he loves, the person who has chosen to stay no matter how stormy the media storm is. The future is unclear. Fans continue to discuss, is the issue you are dealing with between Sam and Caitriona still worth worrying about? Is Outlander affected by the rift between the two main stars? Some critics say that this is the dark side of the martial arts block being too attached to a pair of screens. When they cannot be together in real life, the expectation turns into pressure, and then from pressure becomes stability. Sam, in one of his last shares on this issue, simply said, "I hope that one day, everything will return to the simple as before. But right now, I just want to live for the present and for the love that I have chosen." Quote.